So today we're going to be talking about our small format folding machines, the AF-408F, the AF-406F, and behind us here, the brand new AF-402S as well. So what are small format folding machines? Our machines are capable of taking parent sheet sizes all the way from 660 millimeters by 430 millimeters all the way down to 100 millimeters by 50 millimeters. So it covers a huge range of applications. So we call them small format, but there's nothing small about the amount of jobs that these machines can handle. Now with those sizes, of course, you can have options added on as well to expand your range. On the larger end of parent sheets, you can go all the way up to 430 millimeters by 900 millimeters with the optional LT40S, and all the way down to 50 millimeters by 60 millimeters with our small folding kit. Talking about our folded sheet size, we can go all the way down to 20 millimeters by 30 millimeters and a folded thickness coming out of the last buckle of 2.3 millimeters. Okay, our machines are also capable of handling sheet weights all the way on uncoated sheet from 33 GSM all the way up to 157 GSM, and coated sheets from about 74 GSM to, again, 157 GSM. All of the 400 series behind us here has a belt speed of 30 meters to 180 meters per minute. But okay, that's enough of the spec stuff. I think you guys want to see some folding. So Yamada-san, why don't we show them the brand new AF-408F and talk about our configuration today. So over here, this is the AF-408F, which is our brand new 8-buckle system. That's why it's called the 408. And we're going to be running that inline today with the BG40S, which we use when we're folding very small pieces of product. This will allow it to come into the CSV40S here. So what are we going to be making today? We have here our brand new Horizon bakery. It doesn't actually exist, but for example purposes, we're going to be showing you an 8-fold zigzag pattern on this piece of material right here. So Yamada-san, could you just please go into our logo-based system here and show us how to set up the machine? All he has to do is input our sheet size, which is 451 by 160 millimeters. Look at the logo, and we're looking for that 8 panel. You can see the 8 in the corner, and press OK. From there, it's going to ask him to input a sample so we can get the sheet size. First, we zero out the caliper, press measure, and we're at 102 micrometers. Okay, so now this machine is, you can press changeover. So a lot of our competitors' machines, when they're talking about doing small format folding, that's really all they can do, and they're very, very manual machines. With our 408, 406, this is completely automated, so there's no manual adjustments of the roller gaps, no manual adjustment of the buckles. Everything is done from the touch panel right here. Okay, so why don't we try running that job through right now? Okay, so yes, here is our folded piece. Here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, well, 9. 9 panels on our 8-fold zigzag. Now you'll notice, depending on the type of stock you're running, depending on the belt speed you're using, you may get hangover on your pieces coming through. On your traditional folders, what you're going to have to do is either adjust your belt speed, which is going to affect your production speed, or you're going to have to go into every single buckle in the machine and manually adjust the stopper to get rid of that one little overhang. However, with Horizon equipment, you simply press one button, and this is our overhang adjustment. So Yamada-san, he's going to take the variation, this distance right here of the overhang, and input that number. So I think we're looking at about 5 millimeters of overhang there. Press OK, and the machine automatically calculates how much it needs to adjust every single buckle to get perfect registration. Yamada-san, let's try running that through. Okay, and there you can see, this is our first piece with the overhang, and this is the piece just coming through after, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds of adjustment. If you're talking about your make ready time and when you can get the machine up to production speed, this type of automation is going to save the operator tons of time. Okay, why don't we run that job through a little bit? Okay, and as I mentioned before, we are doing the AF-408F with the BG40S because our pamphlets here, the height is, I believe, the 25 right now. I believe we're at about 25 or 30 millimeters. Excuse me, 50 millimeters right here. So we require this bridge conveyor unit to go on to our straight unit. So because these are small format folders, one of the things we see them used often for is pharmaceutical folding. Here we have our AF-406F run in line with the T406F right angle 6 buckle folding machine into the PR40S. This is a press stacker, which is very important when you're doing small format folding for two reasons. The first is it's going to save you money in shipping costs by getting very tight folds and getting all the air out so that you can have smaller space taken up. We actually have some samples here. Okay, Nakai-san is going to bring in the camera here and we're going to put these two together. Okay, as you can see, this is stock that was run through the machine without the press stacker, without the PR40S. This is product that we ran through with the press stacker. And you can notice just by leaving it here, how much of a difference there is in the height of these two piles. When I press down on the pre-pressed paper, it gives a little bit of leeway, but nothing compared to the gain that you get with the unpressed paper. Okay, we're going to take these off now. The second reason you want to be running a press stacker in line, especially when you're doing small format folding and you have more than one fold in the first unit, is it's going to give you very, very tight folds, which is going to make it easier for your second unit to do those cross folds as well, which is very important. After the PR40S press stacker, we're running in line with the ED40S, which is our standing delivery unit. With our standing delivery unit, it's very easy for the operator to verify how many pieces are coming through, because from the touch panel here, you can set the number of pieces you want to have come through before the press stacker, when the standing delivery unit misaligns one on purpose for easy verification, offset for easy verification, and taking that away. So coming over to our display panel here, we're going to be running some manuals for the AF-406F. And what this is we're going to be doing a letter fold in the first folding unit, followed by a half fold, another half fold, and another half fold. So this is going to be our finished product. Now, one thing you'll notice on the back here is we have a bit of an overhang, and this is actually on purpose. When you have pharmaceutical paperwork or work coming through the machine, a lot of times these are going to be inserted into the box afterwards. The machinery, in order to do that insertion, requires you have a bit of a lip on the product in order to get a good grip and proper introduction into the box. Okay, so today we're going to be recalling our job from memory because we've done a bit of fine tuning here, and we'll explain that in a moment. So yes, Yamada-san is going to be running 612 millimeters by 297 millimeters. you can see here, and we've stored the job in memory. So why don't we try running one through here? All he has to do is recall, and all of the adjustments automatically are made by the machine. Okay, why don't we try running one through, Yamada-san? Okay. And here's that finished piece. Why don't we try running through a few jobs right now? We're gonna do 12 jobs coming through. We're gonna have 12 more jobs coming through here. As you can see, the machine is offsetting every 5 finished pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's say I need to get just 5 pieces myself. Easy squeezy, lemon pie. Now, when you're doing this type of small format folding, it's very important that you score the paper coming through the first unit in order to get proper registration. With our 408 and with the 406, scoring units are a standard feature. Coming around here, we'll take a look at that. At Horizon, we put a lot of thought into how the operator is actually going to interact with the machine. We want to make it as easy for them to do any adjustments possible. So if you can come over here, you'll see all I have to do in order to access the scoring unit is loosen one screw here, and the rollers slide away. So where I'm standing, I actually have a workbench built into the into the T406F. Now this will allow me to take out the scoring rollers, place 2 right here, and manually adjust them simply with a twist of the wrench. So a lot of people, when they talk about small format folding, especially when you're doing pharmaceutical type of work, they say it takes 1 day to set up the job and then another day for production. Our machines are single day setup and production machines. So what do I mean by that? On your traditional folders, in order to even access the scoring unit, you're probably going to have to taking apart the machine, getting your pieces together. However, we don't have to worry about that. And the most time consuming is the fine adjustment of the scoring rollers right here. With our system, we have a scoring navigator as a standard feature, which automatically adjusts position from this screen here. So as you can see, this is the same screen we were using earlier. It comes around, so your operator doesn't have to be running back and forth different parts of the machine. So let's take a look right now. So this is our scoring setup right here. You can see we have our male, our female, everything displayed on icons, very easy to understand. And by, let's say, pressing this button right here, this is one of our female units on the bottom. All I have to do is press this button, and the scoring navigator automatically moves into place. That was a little bit difficult to see, so I'm going to press it one more time so we can keep the camera there. Okay, so you can see it automatically adjusts. Now what the operator does, coming back into the scoring section, with this scoring navigator, I look at the scoring roller and I see that this is a male unit. All I have to do is flip up the female side with the scoring navigator, make sure that we're aligned, and that means we're good to go. I'll be changing position once again. Okay, now we're at the female side of a scoring roller. I flip up the male side. Okay, and we're looking good there, so this scoring roller is okay. On your traditional machine, usually what you'll have is some sort of ruler or markings on that section. So the operator actually has to come in and adjust by himself little by little. And a lot of those times, those markings are usually about maybe about 0.5 millimeter at the smallest. So it takes a lot of intuition and a lot of practice. It's a skill and an art in order to get proper registration. However, with our machine, you can simply come into the scoring navigator section and you can input the position of the scoring navigator down to 1/10 of a millimeter accuracy. So one more interesting thing is, how do we know where we want those scoring rollers to be? So let's try doing a different job. Let's say I want to do, oh, let's come back here. You can see the numbers 216, 149, 114. Remember those numbers? Those are the positions that the scoring navigator will go to. If I want to do a new job, and let's say in the first machine, I'm going to do a zigzag pattern instead of a roll fold or a letter fold. Okay, I just need to come in and I'm going to, let's do a half fold in this section. All right, let's do another zigzag fold. All I have to do is press OK. Look at the sheet. Do my changeover. The machine is automatically going to set all the roller gaps. It's going to set all of the buckle plates, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, and then if I come over into the scoring navigator, you can see that it is automatically adjusted where I need to have my scoring navigator. So again, if I want to, let's say I want to align this female, all I have to do is press here, and the scoring navigator is now moving over, so I can check that. Very simple, very fast, very easy. And if any of you have ever dealt with small format folding, this is a huge, huge time saver. However, you'll notice a lot of other companies will say that these are pharmaceutical folders. However, with our 400 series, you're not limited to just those very unique, very niche applications. You can also do your brochures, your pamphlets, all sorts of work on here as well. So we're actually going to be doing a different job here on our 408F. We're going to be running some A3 size paper through, and we're going to be doing a couple of different folds. Okay, so Yamada-san is going to come in. He's going to input our paper size, 420 by 297 for A3. And let's see, what kind of fold shall we do? Why don't we try doing a simple half fold first? That sounds good. Press OK. Going to ask him to do the calibration, thickness calibration. We zero that out. Press measure, 107 micrometers. And press changeover. Now, one thing I should mention, returning back to the press stacker, another very good use for the press stacker is when you're doing something like saddle stitching and you're going to be taking folded signatures and stitching them together. You're going to want to have very, very tight, very, very accurate folding, and that's something that the press stacker will be able to guarantee you. So here's our paper we're running. You may recognize this from our AFV demonstration. So we can put that in. Okay, and you're going to notice that the table just moved down for Yamada-san for easy loading. Okay. And all we have to do is put up that feeding table, and we're going to get this job started. Oh, yes. Okay. So now that we've got everything in place, all we have to do is press go. So Yamada-san, let's see one of those come through real quick. Okay, and there's our half fold. Okay, why don't we try running a few of these jobs through just for fun? Okay, I think that's good. And there's our half fold. Okay, why don't we do something a little bit more fun, a little bit more interesting. Let's try doing a roll fold on that same paper. So we go back to our fold section screen. Our paper size is okay, so we don't have to worry about that. Go down to our roll fold, press OK, and press changeover. So again, you have to think about, these are machines that are capable of doing very small format, things like pharmaceutical folds, or the small manuals you might find that come with electronics. I bought a bicycle helmet the other day, and it had some very, very small folded format material in there, with, you know, safety instructions in every language imaginable. You can do those types of applications on this job while also doing some of your very common work. Okay, so here we have our roll fold that you can see. Now I want you to notice that we, again, have an overhang here. So on your traditional folder, especially if you're doing something that's just a small format pharmaceutical folder, you're going to have to go into the machine, change your roller gaps, change your buckles, change everything. However, with the Horizon machine, I'll tell you a secret. This overhang is not just for zigzag folding. It can also be used for our roll folds as well. I think we're about maybe 3.5 millimeter overhang there. We got 3 millimeter overhang there. So all we have to do is press enter, press OK. All right, and now let's run that job again. And alrighty, there you can see, no more overhang. Again, so this took maybe 15, 20 seconds. Let's run that job through. And we're up to production already. Very fast, very simple, very easy. Okay, why don't we head over to the 402 right now. All right, this is actually on energy saver mode, so it's a little bit sleepy. Hey, you wake up, and there we go. So the AF-402S is a 2-buckle folder, which means you're a bit limited in the types of folding that you can do on the first section. However, the 402S is actually compatible with a right angle folder. It's compatible with the T406S. So you'll be able to run either in a right angle or in a straight configuration as well. This is going to be replacing the AFC492. So this is now our standard 2-buckle folder, and you'll notice that has the brand new touchscreen as well. So much easier to use. Yes. Okay. So is there anything else that we would like to talk about today? Oh, excuse me. Yes. So I talked about at the beginning of our demonstration today that the machine is capable of folding sizes down to 100 millimeters by 50 millimeters without the use of the suction head. And now our good friend Bonsan is going to be showing you a video of just that on your screens right now. Okay, here you can see this is 100 by 500 millimeter sheets coming through the machine. And we're doing half folds on these pieces. This does not require any special kit. Everything is standard. And we're using our ED standing delivery unit here. Okay, but if you have anything you'd like to learn more about, or anything that you lay your head down to sleep tonight and you want to ask Nakai-san or myself or Yamada-san, feel free to send any of us an email, and we'd be more than happy to help you. So Nakai-san, you want to come out here? Okay, so for Horizon, my name is Colin Flynn.
Nakai. Yamada.
Okay, yes. And as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and of course, finishing first with Horizon. Thank you very much.